Gibson Custom Shop Delivery Day is always one of the most exciting, and these might be some of the best ones that I have seen. So I've enlisted the help of the Les Paul fanatic at GGHQ.
Thank you, Kieran. Hi, I'm Ray, and I'm here to help Kieran check out these quite delicious new custom shop Murphy Lab hand selected tops Les Paul standards today.
Let's get into it. So of course, when I saw these guitars come in, and I heard about these guitars actually coming in because there was a bit of I guess like a sort of excitement for these guitars coming in, which to kind of give the long and short of it, I guess we're lucky enough at Guitar to be able to pick our favourite.
Sometimes when lightning strikes, it's always a rubbish day at the office when we have to sit down here with these beautiful, unbelievable guitars. We take a hit, Kieran and I, but someone has to do it.
We're really falling on our swords, or our axes, I guess, on that axes. One, eh?
It's easy to get blasé when you see lots of nice guitars, but it doesn't take much to get us excited as well. Let's not forget, these are as good as it gets. Absolutely stunning instruments, and I suppose, well, we've picked a few of them today to show off.
There is a few, yeah. We to give you the kind of obviously I alluded to it right at the start there as well, but we had a few guitar folk employees, buddies, I guess we'll call them at this point. Buddies.
Guitar buddies.
They had the opportunity to actually go to Gibson and select, the most pristine, the most sort of like eye-catching. And I guess this is probably a good couple of examples here that we started off with as well, and you'll be able to see in the much closer cam that's focused on Ray there some of the details.
I insisted on that, yeah. I insisted on having my own camera here, and this was the first one we unboxed this morning, and I do think we were somewhat spoiled. This is maybe the best looking Les Paul that either of us have seen in years.
In our humble opinions, for sure.
Let's get a look at that top.
Ooh.
Oh my, outrageous. Okay.
And you'll actually be able to get your hands on these particular guitars as well as, I think, a good 10 more or so.
I saw a sort of 15 sized.
There was a big pile of them on a pallet. They're going to be making their way to your local guitar store, which you can get your hands on. You can see them. You can check them out and get all the information on each one of these individual guitars. You can check the link below in the description to see when that'll be at your local store. And yeah, come down and check these out.
Yep, you can play that one. You can play this one. You can play a bunch more.
There's a few more.
Oh my goodness, you want to.
So today we're going to be showing you some of just our favourite picks, and certainly a few that we thought should get a little bit of a highlight. But
yes.
Yeah, I think before we jump into, some of the sort of more intricate details of these, let's get some more sounds out of them, because these are some meaty Les Pauls, which...
Yes.
Do you want to kick us off maybe
Sure.
with a little bit of extra tones here, Ray? Just... This is the Golden Poppy burst that you're playing at the moment, and it sounds amazing. Just check this out.
Right, yes, exactly so. Behold. Well, let's go clean first.
Well, let's see what it's clean.
Clean Les Paul sounds. I mean, these are authentic sounding, proper late 59, so you're going to have quite a lot of Barco and bottom end. Let's get some gain.
glad that wasn't on the main cam because I was making this face the whole time where I was just like, oh, let's go,
Ew.
man. That's that like pure classic sort of Les Paul.
Oh, it's that grunts that you need. Now,
Yeah.
should we mention to the people like what we're playing through?
Yes.
Is that worthwhile?
So you're going through the Neural DSP Quad Cortex at the moment, and
Yes.
you've got a little bit of a patch, kind of like loosely based on sort of a Marshall Clean with a couple of overdrives. And I've actually opted for the Helix today, the Line 6 Helix, which I've gone for that kind of classic bassman sort of sound. So
we kind of thought, what's best going to serve the vibe of a 59 Les Paul standard or a 1960, which
Yep.
that uses a 59 as well. So it's kind of like try and get the appropriate vibe, and quite frankly, Billy Gibbons as much as possible.
oh man, it's immediately recognizable. That's
Yeah.
the kind of cool thing about it. Like, and I mean, we were having this sort of discussion before as well. Is like, see with this like bassman patch, it's just like, can you get anything more sort of classic guitar? And let me just
see it.
Let's do it. Like.
Get more rock than that.
Oh, like, is there a more iconic
There isn't.
combination?
Not only, I mean, it's worth noting there that Kieran it was fingerstyle and then the pick as well. So you were hearing all those dynamics and things that make these guitars so famous. That sort of like touch response and the sort of level of control you get. It's pretty gorgeous, and that was a really good example of it.
And that's I guess a testament to just the custom shop quality as well. Obviously, with these being that golden era of Les Paul sort of inspired guitars, there's
Yeah.
not only have these obviously been picked for their absolutely gorgeous tops, which can I give you this guy and you can
Yeah.
show this off just in the
Oh, sure.
in the side cam there.
We were
Just-
calling it the Ray Cam before, and I don't know what happened. Let's go back to that.
Yep.
Let's put it in the Ray Cam. So this one, which one is this, Kieran? It's a 59.
So that's the 59. This one here, this is the Factory Burst.
Factory Burst.
Which is kind of just that little bit more red. It's that sort of classic.
As you'd expect, just as it was. It's kind of anachronistic because it's heavy aged from a Murphy Lab, and yet the color is as original. The whole idea with the. Sorry, I'm talking to the wrong camera there. The whole idea with these Les Pauls is that they were all kind of somewhat like this, more or less, and then they would lose the red would fade and you get all those other gradations. But this particular one is as close an example of that beautiful cherry going into amber as I think that is of the whole lot of them, really. So this is the still 59, and it's got beautiful dark ebony, dark rosewood fingerboard, I should say, and I'm also quite fond of the backs of a lot of these guitars. The mahogany's looking beautiful as well, and I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but there's some great checking that's been done by Tom Murphy and his boys on the back of that. It's so well done. It's very appropriate.
Which there's a very interesting blog on the Guitar website that I'm gonna link below as well. But you found that out the other day that. Actually, you tell the tidbit. I don't want to steal your valor there about the most expensive Les Paul ever sold.
So I wanted to find interesting facts for you all about Gibson, and I thought, okay, what's the most expensive guitar of them all?
I'll get that one
Gibson
off you,
guitar.
just-
Thank you so much. What am I getting now? Let's have a look. And the answer, it wasn't. We were fully expecting it to be one of these, the 59, the Holy Grail. Not so. It was a gold top that, in fact, was owned by Dwayne Allman. He of Layla and lots more very cool bits of guitar playing. And it was 1957, so that would have been the first year of the Path humbuckers. But the interesting thing about it, that gave us pause for coffee conversation this morning, was that someone who had that guitar previously had refinished it. And
Sacrilege.
yeah, not only that, it was apparently a bit of a dog's dinner as well. It wasn't well done, right? So they got it refinished back to its kind of vintage replica self, and it was done by Tom Murphy, a pre-Gibson Tom Murphy, and Of course, it's Murphy Lab that are doing all of these. So bear in mind, the team that are hand aging all of these custom shop Gibsons are responsible for the most expensive Les Paul ever sold.
Ever.
Stick that in your pipe and
The-
rock it. Very
And you
nice.
can, of course, impress all your friends as well when you've
thank
got
you.
yourself a nice custom
Yes.
shop done by Tom Murphy. But I've pulled down this is the Southern Fade. This one, if that is the
Southern
appropriate-
Fade. That's Southern Fade, yep.
Southern Fade, that
Oh,
one,
no,
yeah, not
59.
Southern Burst or anything, which has
Southern
kind of got
Fade.
that bourbony thing as well. But if you'll indulge me for a second, I'm going to throw all my gain at this, and I want to get a bit silly
Yeah.
with it. So.
Oh, that was exotic. That was some lovely exotic blend. That's like lead guitar paradise, basically, isn't it? Goodness me.
You know the funny thing as well, and I'm maybe going to admit, like, sort of put myself on blast here for a little bit as well. I've never been the biggest Les Paul guy. Ray knows this. People at YouTube don't know this.
I
and the people
tolerate
at
that. I tolerate it.
People at Guitar YouTube certainly don't know that.
Yep, yep.
Unless you've liked and subscribed, because I've maybe said that in a previous video as well. That was my little plug there for the YouTube stuff. But I don't know, man. See when you get like one of these in your hand.
It's like what one of my friends once said when it was we were at a Queen gig and it was that different singer and he just went, yeah, but you can't argue with greatness. And you're like, yeah, I'm down with that. It doesn't really matter whether you're... See if you like electric guitars, if you like rock guitar sounds, this is the top of the mountain. This is Zeus.
Oh, it's
This is
unbelievable.
all the Greek gods.
And at that point, can you inject some lightning bolts into that, please, and let me hear that guy?
You asked for lightning. You got it.
Let's
Well,
hear
let's
that.
see what we have here. Now, this is another 59.
Yes,
Uh,
that is the other 59. That is the...
That is the one I didn't write down. This Texas, no, the T. Something to do with tea.
Yes,
Dark
it's
tea.
the Texas Tea Fade, or the Tea Burst. We'll put the official name in it. We're a bit too enamoured with these actual guitars.
Yeah,
how
we
they
got a
look.
wee bit carried away with checking them all out earlier. Do you know? Yeah, I'm gonna bring some lightning.
Hell yeah.
We wanted the nice tones, and I will do that. But I'm also a big fan of ginormous riffs, and there is no guitar better for doing ginormous riffs than a Les Paul. So, allow me to just have a second with this, and then we'll bring the heavy. That's one thing that I just remembered in time. See the beauty of turning the volume just back a little bit on these PAF pickups.
It's wild. That was, you know, like you heard the tone in the obviously the start with the kind of your mid overdrive there.
The Gibbons.
Man, that cleaned up so well there.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I'll even just show you that it doesn't need to just be obviously the sound that kind of Ray's going through as well. I'll get like my kind of mid sound going on right now, which
Something vaguely angry.
vaguely
But not
angry.
fully- but not
yeah.
fully,
So let's
yeah.
let's see what the vibe of this guy's like.
I couldn't resist the urge.
No, you know what? It was nice, man. It filled up so much space there as well because like that was actually a really good show between. Because if you noticed at all, I kind of turned down the tone with that there a little bit as well. Which, I mean, certainly when I was learning to play guitar, I imagine you were the same as well. That
Yep.
was full
Always,
open,
always,
never
always,
down.
Always.
It's only been as of like, I wouldn't say I've developed taste, but I've certainly developed restraint these days where kind of rolling that down, you know, it can give you not just the ability to obviously like here's volume full whack, tone full whack. Pulling that tone down.
Nice because anyone who's got a Les Paul that's maybe not a 59 custom shop, those tone controls are never as useful as that. I was expecting that to just go.
No, there's
That's
so much
lovely.
use in that, and obviously like, you know, rolling that in with your volume as well. That was it, obviously full. I can play a gig with one sound and just use those.
How
Like,
often would you say that about a Les Paul as well? They're
Not-
quite obviously specific sounding guitars. I wonder, just on that, I've got this guitar clean. Yeah, a wee bit of reverb, you can hear it there. I'm just interested in what happens with this one. I'm going to keep it on a bridge pickup.
Yep.
Clean sounds, nothing fancy, but I'm interested in the tone control. So as you know, of course, the Les Paul has one for each pickup. So I'm on the bridge. That's actually got loads of travel compared to the other one. I'll just try the neck pickup. This is just interesting. Which is a way good sound. Got loads more of the
so much more traction in it.
as you say, you could conceivably play a gig with just the one guitar.
And I mean,
And
you would certainly be
why
the
not
coolest
make
guy
it-
at the gig.
yeah.
Anyway, playing one of these. Now, just to, so obviously, because we could sit here all day. We could genuinely sit here all day and talk about these
We'd
guitars.
quite like to, in fact. but-
And you know what we might do when the cameras are off as well. But to make it obviously just a little bit more coherent, just for the video here, this is the 60s variant, which I've picked up, which, again, just in one of those absolutely gorgeous burst finishes there too.
Check out the actual timbre though. That's not something we've said too much about in this
No.
video because obviously you can see the guitars. See just before you play, Kieran, please show the people
Right.
on the Raycam.
I'm going to Raycam here.
Get a wee, give it a little tinkle. That's something else. That's a lovely big thick striping on that Chief Guitar Playing Actual Overdrive.
And I think that's one of the things is that just, you know, with these guitars here, they're just, you can see that they're individual tops, you know,
Yes.
like none of these are going to be exactly the same as the other one, and, you know, each one is going to have that sort of individual feel for it. And whether it be like a Murphy Labbed aged one, we did the one that we started with that's behind me here, that had the kind of heavy saging of the lot. But even that's not too much, you know, it's
Still tasteful,
it's
still
a more
realistic.
kind of played in sort of look to it.
Cool details, like this is a 1960 model, it has different knobs on it than the 59s.
Yep. And you know what, just for talking sake as well, let's see how this guy's sounding with the pickups. I bet, I'll give you a spoiler alert here, I bet it sounds amazing. So.
Is it me, or does that 1960 example have a slightly sharper sound than the 59s?
It does, and certainly, you know, Les Paul sounds as strong, it sounds as powerful as well, but I guess that just shows you just that 1 year difference in the custom shop stuff. You know, it's going to suit a certain player and it's going to suit a certain tone, and I think that's one of the coolest things. Not to pat ourselves on the back in any way, but it's cool to, like, when you can have so many of these guitars in the one space.
Yeah.
Because you can really try them out. You can see which one you like, you can see which one suits you, and it's not just a one size fits all.
And you know, it's not a flex about we have the nicest Les Pauls. It's a matter of you want a really nice one, you're spending a lot of money on it. Why don't you have a look and see what's different? Why don't you hear them? Not us playing, you playing. Why don't you check out the difference in the tops, because they're all gorgeous, but you're even watching it today, you're going to have one that you liked better than others, and I bet it was the poppy one. But, you know, and maybe you like a neck profile. I was actually going to ask you if you had a preference, because you got this 1960, and you'll all know this already, but the general consensus is that the 58s were a little bit chunkier than the 59s, and they were a little bit chunkier than the 60s. In reality, that's not really true, but that's the way Gibson look at it these days. So this is a 59. You should have a skinnier neck than mine. You've been playing a bunch today. Do you have a preference?
Personally, I like the kind of 58 spec because of the chunkier neck, but the 59 fits really well into that. And not to say that I don't like the 60s one, because this does feel great and it's still chunky, but I prefer a rounder one. What about you?
I would. You know, without having tried the guitars, my Les Paul in the house is a 60s style neck, and I like it because you can go for a very long time with it. It's a good profile. There is a reason people like the 59 profile. It's just exactly every little bit that you want. It's got a nice sort of, it's not flat, it's not a D. I don't know. Yeah, if it was my money, I like the 59.
Yeah, man.
But I like the chunky ones. And I have a 60, so get a bit more or less belly tone. That's all you ever do on it, it's money well spent. I love that. It's great.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's wild.
Wild.
If you don't already own a Les Paul, why not make it one of these? Start at the top.
So this has just been a small selection of the guitars of the Murphy Lab Custom Shop hand-selected Les Paul Customs that we have got just in the studio right now. There are obviously quite a few more. This is just 5. There are a total of 15, and you can check out all of them in the description below. We'll take you to our website, and you'll be able to check out all of those guitars. That wasn't as much of a crackle as I thought there. But these are just, you know, they're amazing. There's no denying it, and like I don't think it is any sort of hyperbole to say that this is obviously the pinnacle of like Gibson Les Paul custom shops. And not to say that your standard Les Pauls are in any way inferior, but it's
No. Hey, do you know what?
They're a different level.
Let's call it what it is, right? actual 59/60 Gibson Les Paul standards, everybody knows they are the best guitars ever made. We've all long since agreed on that. You and I will maybe not even ever see one, far less have the 150 grand
No
it costs
way.
to buy one.
No way.
So this is literally as close as it gets to having the greatest guitars ever made. And in this particular situation, you can do what we did and grab a bunch of them and have a shot and see if you have a favourite. Can you guess which one's my favourite? See, to be honest, Kieran, let's be honest with the people here. We went by the names. We went and looked at the colours and went, yes, let's have the one called Poppy. And it turned out to be absolutely incredible.
Yep.
So we actually haven't seen them all.
No,
So
we've really not. So
these 5 are belters. So yeah.
yeah, head to the website to see the rest of them. Head to your local guitar store as well when they are there. I think you'll surprise yourself with how like much you fall in love with these guitars. If you are into obviously Les Pauls and whatnot, like I wouldn't expect sort of your offset Jazzmaster folk to maybe go head over
time.
heels.
It's time.
But hey ho, there's always time for a sort of a convert for sure.
You can't always play a Jazzmaster, guys, okay?
But yeah, I'll let you have your last little play of that before I take it off you, mate, because that
Yep,
is the nice
that is
one.
great.
So yeah.
Do you know what I actually want to do, just for fun? I haven't done this. We haven't stopped the camera to... I want to do money for nothing.
Oh, go for it.
I wanna
Go
see
for
what
it.
it's
Go
like.
for it. Let's get demonetized.
No. Okay. Maybe if I don't play it properly, we'll be alright. If I said throatiness, I mean... That's where I play it wrong and then I get all the comments. Close enough. That sound, man, there it is. Martin Knopfler fans, this is, yeah, I'm sorry in advance. But also,
That's you proving that it's not the second position on a Strat, but
yeah, it's not Strat and there's no wah-wah pedal anywhere near it. I can just keep doing this a bit.
wait,
so.
and you know what? Let's wrap it up right there, because again, we will be here all day. But check out the links below for all the information on these guitars. It'll take you to our website. Check them out in your local guitar stores when they are there. But
Yes.
Ray, thanks for joining me in the studio today, man. I'm sure you had no problem coming in to
I
do
told
this.
you it was tough, but these are that's the kind of hero I can be some days, you know.
That's it.
And you know, these are all going to be individually photographed as always on the website, so you will see the exact one. For example, 2969 is the end of the serial number on this one. You'll be able to see it online soon, and if you buy it, I'll cry, but I'll be okay.
You know, that's we need to say goodbye to some of these at some point and get them to a good home.
Here
But
for a good time, not a long time.
yeah,
right?
man. Thanks for jumping in today, man. And obviously, check all the links in the description below. This has just been our quick look at the hand-selected Gibson Les Paul Custom 59s and 60s.
Murphy Lab bad boys.
All that. The Murphy Lab Bad Boys, that's the official one.
Ding dong. Thank you.
Have a great day, folks.